It happens in a flash. A wave of anger, a spike of anxiety, a surge of panic. Your heart pounds, your thoughts race, and for a moment, it feels like you've been hijacked. The rational, thinking you is gone, replaced by a raw, reactive state. In these moments, you're not making choices, you're reacting. And everything you try to do to calm down, telling yourself to stop overthinking, just relax, seems to make it worse. But what if the problem wasn't the emotion itself, but your approach to it? What if the single most powerful thing you could do was also the simplest? Welcome back to the Grounded Growth. Today, we're exploring a neuroscience-backed technique to disarm overwhelming emotions. Name it to tame it. To understand why this works, we need a quick tour of your brain under threat. Meet your amygdala. This part of your brain is your alarm system. Its only job is survival. When it perceives a threat, whether it's a physical danger or an angry email, it sounds the alarm. It floods your body with stress hormones, preparing you to fight, flee, or freeze. This is the hijacking you feel. And when the amygdala hijacks the system, it has a specific target, your prefrontal cortex. This is the part of your brain behind your forehead. It's your CEO, responsible for rational thought, decision-making, impulse control, and yes, emotional regulation. When the amygdala's alarm blares, it essentially shuts down the prefrontal cortex. Why? In a true life or death situation, you don't have time to rationally debate a course of action. You need to act. The problem is, your amygdala can't tell the difference between a saber-toothed tiger and a stressful deadline. So, the same hijacking happens for both. You're left emotionally flooded, with your thinking brain offline. This is why you can't think your way out of a panic attack. The very tool you need to use has been temporarily disabled. This is where the genius of "name it to tame it" comes in. This phrase was coined by renowned psychiatrist and neuroscientist Dr. Dan Siegel. The technique is deceptively simple. When you feel a strong, overwhelming emotion, you consciously acknowledge it by naming it. But this isn't just positive thinking. This is a biological hack. The act of labeling your emotion, of finding a word for it, is a cognitive task. It requires a tiny bit of focused thought. And which part of your brain is responsible for language and focused thought? Your prefrontal cortex. By forcing yourself to find the word, anger, fear, shame, frustration, you are sending a tiny, but critical, signal to your prefrontal cortex. You are essentially pressing its reset button, asking it to come back online. As the prefrontal cortex re-engages, it begins to re-establish its inhibitory control over the amygdala. It sends a calming signal that says, "I hear the alarm. I'm here. I've got this." The physiological hijacking begins to subside. You haven't gotten rid of the emotion, but you have tamed its intensity. You've created a space between the feeling and your reaction. And in that space lies your power to choose. Now, knowing the theory is one thing. Applying it in the heat of the moment is another. Let's break it down into a practical, step-by-step protocol. Step 1. The pause and the physical scan. The moment you feel the wave of emotion, your first job is to create a moment of pause. If you can, close your eyes for just a second. Then, scan your body. Where do you feel this emotion? Is it a tightness in your chest? A knot in your stomach? Tension in your shoulders or jaw? A racing heart? Don't judge it. Just notice it. This connects you to the physical reality of the emotion, grounding you in the present. Step 2. The simple, non-judgmental label. Now, find the simplest, most accurate word for the emotion. The key here is to be a scientist, not a critic. You are observing and classifying, not blaming. Instead of, "I'm so stupid for feeling this way." Try, "This is anxiety." Instead of, "I shouldn't be this angry." Try, "This is anger." You can say it out loud in a whisper or just firmly in your mind. The act of labeling is what matters. Step 3. The optional, deeper layer of validation. For an even greater calming effect, you can add a sentence of validation. This fully reassures your nervous system. "This is anxiety. It's okay to feel this." This is anger. It makes sense that I feel this way right now. This step moves from mere observation to acceptance, which is the ultimate antidote to internal struggle. Once you master the basic skill, you can use it for more than just momentary crises. You can use it to understand the deeper layers of your emotional world. Often, we feel a primary emotion that masks a more vulnerable, secondary one. Anger is often a mask for hurt or fear. Frustration can be a mask for helplessness. You can practice Name It to Tame It as a reflective exercise. Ask yourself, if this primary emotion could talk, what would it be protecting me from? What is underneath this anger? Is it hurt? Is it fear of being disrespected? By naming the deeper, more vulnerable emotion, you tame the reactive one at its root. This is how you move from emotional reactivity to emotional intelligence. Your mission is to become an emotional scientist for the next week. I challenge you to use the Name It to Tame It technique at least once a day. It doesn't have to be during a major crisis. Use it when you feel a minor irritation in traffic or a flicker of anxiety before a meeting. Come back to this video and comment below with one thing you noticed. Did naming the emotion change its power over you? What was the word you used? Let's build a library of experiences and support each other in creating more mindful, calmer minds. Now remember, the goal is not to never feel anger, anxiety, or sadness. The goal is to feel them without being controlled by them. To hear the alarm, but not let it dictate your life. If you're ready to build more peace from the inside out, subscribe to The Grounded Growth for more science-backed tools. Thank you for watching. If this video was helpful, please give it a like. And if you have any topics you'd like us to touch on, let me know in the comments.